pretty much just had to find a way to generate an insight. And so we looked at the segments, and basically generated an insight that was relevant to our consumers and our shoppers. We then linked that insight to this amazing movie and an activation to bring it to life.
And then building off that strong shopper insight, we're able to establish our vision for the program. Are you picking up the character references here? Hopefully you are, if you've seen the movie. Provide people with the means to fully immerse themselves and give them the ability to actually choose a side, to actually bring the plot line of the movie to life and be able to bring that home, which then led to the agency's creative idea, which was, what if we were able to leverage virtual reality technology to not only give people a means to choose a side, but to actually join in on the fight and participate. At the time, we wanted to dig into the space and look for some new kind of alternative ways that VR was being leveraged across different categories that were going to help bring it to the mainstream. So first, we looked in the real estate market and noticed that realtors were now using VR as a means to show properties to prospective buyers without actually having to step foot on the property. So we thought that was cool. We also looked in the fitness industry, where now gyms were using VR to transport people out of the gym from the stationary bike to the French Alps as a means to motivate and inspire them. Then we wanted to look at teens and how teens were being exposed to virtual reality. And one of the cool activations we saw there was that colleges were actually using VR to give people college campus tours that maybe couldn't afford to make a proper visit. And then last but not least, we looked in the classroom and to find out how VR was being used for educational purposes. For kids as young as 6 years old, were already being exposed to this, and we realized that they probably already knew more about VR than their parents did. So that was reassuring. Then we dug into some of the data, the trends, the industry reports, and it painted a pretty clear picture. And that was that VR was not only on the rise, but was ready to go prime time in 2016.
What it's really about is just finding a way that consumers can insert themselves into the game just to get that edge of a little bit of personal experience within the game. And then last, leverage promotional partner scale. Looking back, there were a lot of phenomenal partners that were partners to the movie. And so could we have really spoken to some of them earlier and integrated them into the game as well, just to get bigger scale?